Just 3 weeks removed from the RSAC's Scottish Rally, the Asset Alliance Group Scottish Rally Championship headed north to Milton of Crathis for the Voyonic Grampian Forest Rally. It was to be a big weekend for the SRC. Not only was the British Rally Championship in town, but there was also a chance for Ewan Thorburn to wrap up a fourth driver's title.
So yeah, we get through tonight and make a plan tomorrow probably. A couple of stages tonight obviously, which is something different, so it's good to try get up to speed tonight and see what we'll do tomorrow. But stages look good, in good condition, so yeah, looking forward to it.
If the polo man slipped up, there were plenty of other drivers who could still take the title and looking to make Ewan's life difficult. Two stages on the Friday evening opened the event, less than 15 minutes of driving, but it was still going to produce drama.
And short 4 left plus, right on flat crest 60, the 4 left keep in, and 3 right keep in, 4 left here keep in, and then 3 right keep in, 100 up, to long 5 right plus, and 5 left over crest. And very long, fast, 4 left, into danger, short, 2 left, keep in, at tall trees. Here.
And at the centre of the drama was Finlay Retson and Paul Beaton, fastest SRC crew through stage 1. They were mixing it with the top BRC crews in 5th overall. But SS2 was a disaster. The polo crew caught out on an infamous corner and rolling. Once they were recovered, they inspected the damage and decided not to carry on.
Officially, folks, that's 10 seconds quickly new.
With one of the strongest contenders already out, it was left to Ewan Thorburn and Kerr Beaton to lead overnight. Despite feeling they were a bit ragged on the loose stages, they were second quickest in 1 and fastest in 2 to lead by just 5.6 seconds. And that was over Scott Beattie and Peredur Davies. Fresh from a run with William Crichton on the VIP day, Scott was very much up for his home event. The Fiesta crew third quickest in 1 and second fastest in 2. They headed into the overnight halt, just 4.2 seconds clear of John Wink and Neil Shanks. The Hyundai crew were nipping at Scott and Peredur's heels over both stages, John reckoning he was a bit ragged after seeing Retson and Beaton off. The pace was very good though, the I-20 already 10 seconds clear of 4th place. And that gap was over Mark McCulloch and Michael Hendry, the Proton crew continuing to experiment with changes to the car's setup. And despite feeling a bit rusty, the changes were clearly working well. 4th overnight, 4.8 seconds ahead of Hugh Brunton and Terry Mallon. Hugh had also made some big changes to the car setup between events and was reaping the awards. Also adapting to Terry reading notes for the first time, having only done single venues together before. 5th overnight, they were already embroiled in a battle with Ian Forgan and Chris Lees. 4th fastest in stage 1, Ian and Chris were another crew admitting to be a little distracted by Retson and Beaton's off. They ended the night in 6th, just 1.9 seconds down on the green Fabia overnight. Jock Armstrong and Owen Patterson were almost off on the first corner, Jock admitting to be surprised by how slippy the stages were. Despite not feeling they were at their best, they were just 3.1 seconds down on the Fiesta after 2 stages and tied on time with Stephen Petch and Michael Wilkinson. Stephen and Michael still adapting to 4 power, but enjoying the challenge, finding the car more happy to go sideways than their previous Skoda. And just 2.2 seconds back, Bruce McCombie and Michael Coots were using the Friday to knock the rust off, having not been on gravel since the Speyside. 2 clean runs were exactly what they needed. Johnny Mackay and Michael Cruikshank were 10th overnight and topped the Alban Garage Challengers, despite battling with inconsistent brakes. The ISS Evo just 3.8 seconds clear of Willie Patterson and Tom Hind. The Skoda crew overshooting a junction in stage 2 and planning to soften the car overnight to pick up some more grip.
Skoda R5, yeah.
And just another 3.8 seconds back, Greg McKnight and Harry Marchbank were flying in the Mark II, topping the G&M Mechanical Services two-wheel drives. The flowing nature of these stages really suiting the car, and they were hoping for a big push on day 2.
Yeah, I've not really seen any results, but I think Finley's went off, so it's a bit of a shame on that one. But it's easy done because, like I say, the stages are that loose and really slippy, and it's not really what we're expecting. But yeah, we got round safely enough. So
I'm not going to lie, I'm trying hard. So John must be trying hard as well. It's both our local event, so it's really good to have a battle, and it's good to see our pace compared to like the British lads as well. It's he's making funny faces over there.
Is he?
There's not really any better way to spend a Friday night, is there? That's been amazing. The stages are terrific. You've got to respect them though. If you're off the line at all, it's very loose. But we got slowed down a wee bit for Finlay being off, and then just took a wee minute to get back into the groove after that. So, as it always does for everybody. Yeah. So happy. It's only 20% of the rally done. So a long way to go tomorrow.
Two northern stages opened the day before the field returned to more traditional Grampian stomping grounds for stages 5 and 6. Thorburn and Beaton were very cautious over the first 2 stages of the morning, slipping back to second on these unfamiliar roads. 5 and 6 was more familiar territory, and they set 2 fastest times to grab the lead back by 14 seconds, despite concerns over a warning light on the Polo's dashboard. But it was a great start to the day for Beattie and Davies, fastest in stage 3 and second quickest in 4, to grab the SRC lead. They slipped back to second in 5 and 6, but were still happy with 2 clean runs. Wink and Shanks were still third, despite finding the stages to be slippy. They had clean runs in 3 and 4 with 2 top 5 times. The next loop saw the first significant mistake with a small overshoot at a junction, leaving them 19 seconds down on the Fiesta.
Hey boy.
I suppose it's better than Isa.
4th to 6th was still quite close. Hugh Brunton and Terry Mallon recorded their first SRC gravel stage win in stage 4. The Fabia slowly taking a little bit of time out of Wink and Shanks. They had to keep an eye over their shoulder though. Bruce McCombie and Michael Coots were on a morning charge, up from 9th to 5th. The Fiesta just 9 seconds down on the Fabia. McCulloch and Hendry were just another 8 seconds back. 2 top 3 times on the first 2 morning stages was a great start. It went slightly wrong in the next loop, a rock shattering a wheel and damaging the rear suspension. A roadside repair kept them going, and they were still in the mix for a top 5. Petch and Wilkinson were still enjoying making sideways progress in their Fiesta. The approach was clearly working as they had leapfrogged Armstrong and Patterson. Jock admitting to a stall in stage 5, but was happy that he'd finally found the correct setup for the new car. Willie Patterson and Tom Hines' good run continued, some small setup tweaks overnight, making a big difference, and they climbed from 11th to 9th despite a puncture in stage 5. McKnight and Marchbank continued to fly, climbing from 12th to 10th, despite Greg feeling he was over-driving. With a big lead in the two-wheel drives, they were already planning to back off for the final loop. And moving into the top 12, Scott Peacock and Craig Wallace had made some setup changes overnight, but were another crew having to deal with a puncture. They were now top Evo and had the close attention of Bob Adamson and Liam Whiteley's Rally 2 Fiesta. After a good run at the Scottish, Bob and Liam were continuing that form here, Bob finally feeling he was getting to grips with the new car, although admitted to finding the warm weather a proper challenge to his concentration. The morning loop would claim a couple of victims. Unfortunately for Ian Forgan and Chris Lees, they made their big mistake live on camera.
Is this the championship winning car? Yes, aye. Oh, it's gone. Oh no.
Despite their best efforts, they couldn't dig the car out and they were forced into retirement. But more damaging was the demise of Mackay and Cruikshank, parking the Evo upside down on a deceptive tightening left-hander, thankfully without any injury to the crew.
We're getting round. I think we're struggling to manage it because we don't want to go too hard, but we don't want to slacken off too much. So I think in the first loop we found out that where the pace was, which is probably a good thing that we only dropped 2. So a wee push on that. Last 2 had a bit of an issue on the last stage there with a warning light coming up halfway through the stage on the dash. So backed off a bit there just because we weren't too sure what it was. But seemed to still take time out of Scott, which is a good thing.
I just honestly want to get to the end. Like I don't want to do anything silly. We're in a good frame of mind. Our pace is okay, so just try and maintain it to the end. Yep. That's what we're trying to do.
First stage of that loop was quite good. We had quite a good time through there, and then the second one with a wee bit of a whoopsie at one of the junctions and cost us a wee bit of time. So the gap now, I think the Scott's probably too much to push for catching Scott, and then Ewan's a wee bit ahead again. So, and I think whoever's behind us is about 19 seconds behind us. So we're in a wee bit of limbo.
Had a really good day actually. Terry and I enjoying it like a lot, so it's good. Had a few average stages, but some really good stages as well, so it's good. I think I've won my first gravel stage as well, SRC wise anyway, you know.
Brilliant.
That one, second stage this morning, that tricky one, we're actually fastest Scottish ones through there. So.
Yeah, that was the one everybody was worried about.
Yeah, so was I worried about it, so I don't know what went on. Maybe I was worried about it less, but yeah, no, it was good. So that was a bit of a tick on the list anyway. So.
Three stages remained, and there was still a sting in the tail. And that sting would strike Winkin Shanks, slipping off the road in stage 8 and parking the I-20 upside down, thankfully without too much damage to car or crew. The Haddo Energy Super Seniors win eventually went to the creators of the Super Seniors, Ernie and Patricia Lee, in their glorious sounding BMW. Despite Ernie seeming more interested in how the harvest was going back at the farm, they took 49th overall and 4th historic car home. Aileen Forrest had Paul Gribben back in the Evo's passenger seat for this round. Friday was good, the purple car swapping times with 5 times British champion Jimmy McRae's Mark I Escort. The first loop on Saturday was quite cautious, but the second suited Aileen's driving style quite well. They saved their big drama for the final loop, overshooting a tight right-hander and very nearly parking the Evo on its side. But thankfully they got away with only time loss, as Aileen battled to find reverse with a sequential gearbox. Aileen eventually taking the ladies' win by just under a minute from her big rival Megan O'Kane. Finally making it back to the start of an SRC event, it was a great return weekend for Justin Gunning and Michael Motes, the Clio crew taking the honours in the Motes Offshore Juniors. Friday night was good, Justin knocking the rust off fairly quickly, and they had led the category overnight in 47th overall. The good run continued on the Saturday, despite a big knock to the steering on the second loop. They kept things clean and got quicker as the day went on to take 40th overall and second in Class Pro 2.
Oh. Yeah, we weren't even looking at the results. We were just to get a finish. Obviously, our track record this year and last year's not been the greatest, but no, we just came out to get a bit of seat time, and here we are.
Really good. We had a few issues throughout the day, but we've kind of overcome them. Still trying to learn the car. We've had bad luck, so it's nice to finally get a finish in the car and show what the potential is, and we'll just keep pushing forward, and there's a lot more to come, but time will tell.
One of the most delighted crews at the finish, it was a weekend to remember for Rob Cotton and Ethan Kidd. The Impreza crew taking the win in the Albin Garage Challengers, the Groundwater Lift Trucks Subaru Cup and Class M6. They were another crew to make some setup changes before the event and were very happy with the results. The biggest drama was damaging the exhaust manifold towards the end of stage 6, leaving them down on power for part of Saturday. 12th in the SRC at the finish in a Cup Spec Subaru was an excellent result.
Turn 100, turn square left at the trees. 270, get a good exit. Well done, 270. Late left 4 over crest.
Over the moon. We were very, very pleased to have the Subaru Cup and M6, and then we've just found out we've had the Challengers as well. So yeah, that really really helps out, and it's something we were trying to win at some point this year, and we've managed it. So yeah, really, really pleased.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. I think we've worked great as a team all weekend. You know, little tweaks that we've done to our sort of like routine going into the stage, and yeah, it's really paid off. Like, you know, it feels really good, confident throughout the stages. So yeah, and fantastic driving. It's been great fun. It's been great fun this weekend.
Adamson and Whiteley's good run continued, grabbing a solid 11th in the SRC, the best result so far this year.
That car looks nice.
Tenth in the SRC and top Evo, despite their troubles, was a good reward for Scott Peacock and Craig Wallace.
Right 1 over crest, 100, right 2 in, 80, long crest, only 60, late short right 8, so only 60, right 8, 130, right 4, and left 2, and left 2 again, 130 up the middle, right 2 in, and flat crest, right 2 in, and flat crest, 100 up the middle, flat crest at lay-by 250. Right 1 and small crest, right 2 in, only 60, hairpin left. Right 2 in, only 60, hairpin left.
Top two-wheel drive in both the SRC and the entire event. It was a great run for McKnight and Marchbank, doing exactly what they needed to do for their two-wheel drive championship aspirations.
Right 1, 40, right 4 in. Right 4 in now. It opens to right 2. Into crest, left 2 over crest, 60. Left 2 over crest now, 60. Left 1, 60. Small crest, 40 here, right 4 in. Right 4 in, into crest, long left 5, don't cut slippy. Don't cut the 5 now.
Yeah, aye, brilliant day, yep. Just one of those days that everyone clicked again, so yep, chuffed. We've had a couple of bad events there, but it's all came together today.
Yeah, really good, yeah. We had a plan when we came to this rally that we really had to get the championship back on track, so we had to go hard, but again, we did have to get here, so.
The upward trajectory continued for Patterson and Hind, climbing to 8th in the SRC by the finish, after their best drive so far this season. 7th to 4th continued to be very close. Armstrong and Patterson were pushing hard, only losing 1.4 seconds over the 3 final stages to finish 7.7 seconds away from Petch and Wilkinson's Fiesta.
Other platforms are available. Petchy!
The orange and white Fiesta ended the day just 7 seconds down on the green and white Ford of Bruce McCombie and Michael Coots. Continuing their good run on their home stages, they couldn't quite keep McCulloch and Hendry at bay. The Proton crew on a charge once the suspension was fixed, grabbing 4th in the SRC at the finish by 16.2 seconds.
That's brilliant. Make some noise in the service part for Mark.
But grabbing an excellent 3rd and delivering the result he knew he was capable of, it was a great return to form on the gravel for Hugh Brunton. A big weekend as well for co-driver Terry, taking his first SRC podium on his first gravel event since early 2023. A great drive from the Fabia crew, and they promise that there's more to come.
It's been brilliant, yeah. Been a really good day. And yesterday as well. It's been first rally with Terry on notes, so just building the pace after a steady start. It's been building all weekend, so it's ended up at a podium. So yeah, much better than we were expecting and hoping for. So it's brilliant.
You know, I've not been out since the Bayside last year, so getting used to the speed. Hugh's been very committed today. I think there's plenty more to come, so it's exciting for getting into the tail end of the year and into next year.
Also delighted, Beattie and Davies wrapped up a very strong weekend with an excellent second in Scotsholm Forests. An excellent run from start to finish, missing out on the win by just 26 seconds, showcasing just how quick their gravel pace has been in 2024.
Mr. Beattie.
Yeah, brilliant day from start to finish. Last night as well was really good. Yeah, just the best weekend ever. Like, we're absolutely delighted with second. Like, it's higher than we ever thought we would be. The pace that everyone's at nowadays, it's just absolutely unreal. So to be even anywhere in the mix, I feel privileged to even be able to keep up with some of these guys. So.
Scottish Championship is so tight, like it's worth trekking up from deepest darkest Wales for when you get the competition like this. It's been brilliant.
But taking the win and with it the 2024 drivers' title, it was a strong final look for Ewan Thorburn and Kerr Beaton, taking 3 fastest times. A big relief for Ewan to wrap up a 4th title with 2 events remaining, and a big weekend for Kerr, taking his first ever SRC win. Half of the job is complete for the Polo crew. Now they'll have to push to get Kerr the Navigator's title.
Yeah, it's been a good day, a tough day. We just had to get round really and pick up the points to collect the championship, which we've done. So yeah, some big rocks out there. Stages were difficult, very loose. So yeah, lucky to get round in one piece. Obviously had 3 punches in the last round, so didn't want to go through that again. So Kerr done a great job on the notes. Car was fine, superb. So great to get another championship.
I think it's my first SRC win, so that's good to get.
Well, double congratulations.
I know,
then.
yep.
And you're not far off the co-drivers champion either.
Fingers crossed we can try and do something on the next one, but yeah, it was a hard day, a lot of pressure. It felt anyway just to get round, but yeah, delighted.
So Thorburn wraps up the Drivers' Championship, but the Navigators' title has yet to be decided. Up next, the championship heads north again to tackle the AM Phillip Truck Tech Snowman Rally in October.